challenge he faces also if Vita Vea is out there.
Yeah. Mike's been in there. He's played a lot of ball, so Mike's experience will help us. He's been out there before. Guys have played together, so we feel comfortable with Mike stepping in there for us. We'll see where Damian is as the week goes on. We'll see where that ends up.
What are the challenges that you see from their offense?
The challenging thing with their offense, right, starts with Mike Evans, their most explosive player, big-time plays. Have to make sure we have eyes on him at all times. He's been a very productive player in this league for a long time. And then you go to Baker. I think Baker and just his play style, his moxie, like he keeps plays alive, makes a lot of plays on the run. Guys are, you think you have him in the backfield, he finds a way to escape, right? He just has this moxie about him. The guys play for him, right? He makes plays there, so we have our hands full when it comes to just their passing attack. I think that's where it all starts. And then you have to be tight in the run game as well because, when they've won games, they've ran the ball well. So, that'll be an emphasis for them, and we have to do a good job in the run game.
On the other part of the football, Vita Vea, what are some of the things that makes them so formidable?
Vita he's a problem, right? Big fella inside, he's a problem when it comes to disrupting the pass game. Yes, his strength and his ability, right, to knock the pocket back. That's where it starts with him, and also a run game. He's a problem in both, and they also have packages where they drop him back and pass coverage as well. So it's a multiple scheme. They do a lot of different things. Todd is doing a great job with that group defensively, right? They're going to cause you problems. They're going to strain you just with all the many blitzes that they have. Everybody has a blitz, and Todd has done a great job of mixing it up, keeping offenses off balance.
The past 3 games, you guys on third down hasn't been as efficient as it was earlier to start the year. It appears that teams have done a better job of trying to take away the middle of the field when CJ was someone at a very high level going over the middle of the field on third down. So what's the balance of leaning to what you do very well versus when teams are trying to take away what you do well? What's the balance of trying to counter that versus still sticking to what you do well?
And there's always a balance, I think, in that chess match of the game, and things you want to do, things you want to do well. Is, where you throw the ball. Teams pick up on all those tendencies, so there's always that chess match where you have to change things up, offensively and defensively, and we look at all those things, and we have to continue to put ourselves in the best position to put our players in the best position to make plays, and when it comes to you have to change things up at times, we'll do that as well.
Understanding that you guys have the radio headsets to communicate with your players, I see you covering your mouth constantly when you're. Why do you do that, and how aware are you of people perhaps? Are you really concerned with people reading your lips?
At times, some of the things I may be saying, I don't want people to see what I'm saying, but it's a habit. As a play caller, it's just a habit of, you got people in the box that may be able to see what you're saying. So it's a habit of just making sure you're covered up, making sure you just don't give anything away to the opponent.
You've got a team that's so blitz heavy. Offensively, is that, I know you talked about if you do your job with the offense, you kind of dictate what they do. When they have so many different blitzes, do you have to put in things that specifically are ready for those things, or just, hey, we do our job, we don't have to worry about where the pressure's coming from?
Yeah, when the pressures are so varied, it's hard to get a bead on when they're doing what they're doing. So if you try to focus in on what they're doing, you won't be able to figure it out, right, in the game. So you just have to do what we do well, right? And as things come, you can't be surprised because it may be a corner blitz and safety. Anybody can blitz at any time. We just have to be aware that things can change. The picture can change on us, and we have to be ready to adapt as that picture changes.
What are some of the advantages of putting Will on the inside, breaking from the outside, putting him on the inside thing? When he played next to Granado last week, they were able to gain that advantage on that side of that side of the ball.
We like to move our guys around as much as possible. So as Will, if we have to move him inside on some of our pass downs, we try to do that. Just try to get different looks, try to get different matchups each week, so that changes each week based on our opponent and where we feel like we have a matchup advantage.
I think the Bucks are one of the top in the league in forcing turnovers.
Yeah.
Why are they effective at that, and how do you balance? CA talked about wanting to have explosive plays, but how do you balance being aggressive but keeping in mind what the Bucs are.
The Bucs have done a great job of taking the ball away. That's their strength. That's where their team thrives. And I know it starts with Levante David. He's done it for a long time in this league. Because whenever you look up a highlight, he's always finding a way to force the ball out. Devin White in there, just their entire defense, the back end, they do a great job of attacking the football when it's up in the air. Just all across the board, you see they're well coached, and it's emphasized that they should attack the ball, and they're the best in the league when it comes to taking the ball away. I think that's why they're a top defense in the league, because they do a great job of taking the ball. And, that's going to be the matchup this week. I think the team that wins the turnover battle will win the game.
Mike Evans has been racking up 1,000-yard seasons since Houston out has. What's the most impressive about what he's been able to do consistently and challenging persistence?
What Mike has been able to do consistently is beat one-on-one coverage. And just with Mike and just his catch radius, he's such a big target, and he's fast. You can't get lulled to sleep. Like, he has the speed, he has the size, he has the strength. No matter if you double covering, whatever you may do, Mike always seems to find a way, right, to make a play. So that's the challenge there. And they move him around. They put him in a slot some. They move him all over the place. So you don't quite know exactly where he'll be all the time. So they've done a great job schematically of moving him around to put him in position, right, to make plays.
Teams usually show their hands, buyers or sellers trade deadline. No moves for you guys. One, what was kind of the thought process behind that? Two, what was it like for you with your first trade deadline as head coach and just going through that?
With the trade deadline, there was nothing for us no action there for us. And some teams, make moves as we didn't. We feel go where we are now. And as we continue to go throughout the season, just want our guys continue to improve. And that's just been our focus, on improving the guys that we have here, working with the guys that we have and seeing them improve.
We'll take a few more. The second part, you and Nick working together through that process. What was that like for you?
With me and Nick working through that process, it was smooth. Nick has done a great job just while we're hammering away on the football side of things. Nick and his staff has done a great job of being prepared and searching anything that comes available, any things that come up. We were in communication with those things. There's nothing transpired for us this time around.
There were a lot of disappointed players on Sunday after the game. A lot of them felt like they should have won the game. When you came back to practice today, could you feel that hunger of them wanting to get back to that winning feeling?
Our guys had the right intent. Throughout today at practice and meetings, our guys are dialed in. Their intent is right. It's just we have to be deliberate every single time we go out. No matter it's win or lose, you can't be more fired up after you lose, right? You have to keep that same demeanor no matter you win or lose. You just have to prepare the same way each and every week. So on Sunday, right, you don't let a loss affect you so much that shouldn't drive you to work harder. You should have that same work ethic no matter what, win or loss.
A couple more.
When you look at Mike Evans, it's easy for you to have one-on-one matches, but how do you make sure that you don't coincide and just plan on getting over the win for this time?
It's just defensively with scheme and everything that we do, right? It's just, you have to be varied in your scheme. You have to be varied in your approach. So we'll approach it that way.
What are your thoughts on what Jimmy Ward has brought to this defense since getting back into the lineup?
Jimmy has brought, stability. He's brought leadership, just big-time playmaking ability. Just love Jimmy, love what he brings, just his intensity every single day when he lines up. It's just I know Jimmy's going to make a play for us when he's out there. So just the confidence that he brings to our defense has been great. His leadership has been awesome for us. Just being around a ton of young guys, he's helped those guys a lot. And just really thankful to have Jimmy here with us.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you, guys.